KMIR-6 News anchor Thalia Hayden joins us now with how you can decipher fact from fiction. Thalia.
Gino, here's an expression I've learned from the experts on earthquake preparedness. It's not meant to scare, it's meant to make you aware.
As prepared as I feel like I am, I might die in the first 5 minutes.
If an earthquake happened right now, okay, the shock, the fear, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it?
When it comes to earthquake preparedness, experts say it shouldn't be as simple as storing away some food and water.
The first thing that you're going to die of in an emergency situation is hypothermia. And people laugh because they say we're in the desert. So a little cheap $1.99 solar blanket that I have right here, $1.99 will save you from the very first thing that's going to kill you in an emergency situation.
Even though seismologists say a survival kit just like this one wouldn't be good enough, the owner here at Off the Grid says it's a good start.
You have water, you have food, it has a flashlight, it has some Band-Aids, it has a solar blanket in it, you know, just to get you from point A to point B.
But what's even cheaper than a survival kit, and what seismologists say is one of the most important steps, is communicating with your loved ones immediately.
Make a plan. Get a group together.
Experts at the California Institute of Technology Seismological Lab say it's mandatory to have a plan in place, especially if you have children. Make contact with your child's school to see what their evacuation plan is. After all, if roads and bridges are down, experts say it could be days before you can get to your child.
If an earthquake goes off, you need to know that water, power, gas is going to be shut off. You're not going to have it.
So at the very least, make a plan with your family and have a survival kit in your home and car.
I'm not preparing for the end of the world, but I'm preparing for an emergency.
But experts say there is false information out there about what to do when a quake actually hits. Seismologists used to recommend finding a doorway as soon as you feel the shake, but now California Institute of Technology experts say not to run anywhere. If you're in a car, stay there. If you're in bed, stay there.
It does sound logical to be under a frame of some type. I'm sorry, it does. I mean, whether that's a wives' tale or not, I would choose that if it really got bad.
Everybody's trying to predict stuff, so then I just go on what I feel, gut instincts, gut feelings. And by them saying it's a fallacy, prove to me that it's not a fallacy, or show me that you know more than I do about trying to predict an earthquake.
Cody Grant is from Indio, and he says his instinct is to rely on his cat and dog.
A couple of months ago we had a little tremor here, but I'd been watching my animals and they had started acting kind of strange the couple days before, and I kind of blew it off.
Lo and behold, Grant says there was a small quake the next day.
They show animals running before anybody else realized it. So yeah, I do believe that they have a sense that way.
They got four paws on the earth, and their sensing and their smell, you know, there's probably some truth to that.
But experts say this is one of the myths that many people believe. They say animals cannot predict earthquakes.
Well, I don't believe a lot of scientists because just because you went to school for science, they don't see God right in front of them, so why would I trust their science knowledge?
When feelings of panic set in, Dave says rely on yourself and prepare to be on your own.
Who's going to tell their neighbors what they got and how much they got when an emergency happens?
That's why people like Mark Monroe say you must prepare.
A lot of people think it's the government's responsibility to take care of these things. It's our own personal responsibility.
And for those who do nothing?
That's part of the problem. And that's going to be, they're going to drain resources when they simply could have spent their money differently or their time differently.
Because those that don't have are going to be looking for those that do.
So experts say there's no such thing as being too prepared.